Yes, people, what's going on? And welcome back to another video on the channel. And yes, I'm back with another game week of Premier League predictions, game week number 2. And after last week's goal fest, let's hope for more of the same. And there is a few games that stand out, most notably the game at the Emirates, which is Arsenal taking on Chelsea. And will the Blues actually turn up at the Emirates for once? We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, there's a few decent games, a few obvious ones in my opinion, but you never know, it's the Premier League. Let's just hope for more goals and let's get straight in. So the first game starts at Anfield, where it's Liverpool facing Burnley in the early kickoff. And yeah, I think this is a pretty straightforward one. I've got to say, obviously, I'll give my dad's predictions as well. And yeah, I just think Liverpool will beat Burnley. They're starting to play a bit better now. Like they had a really good spell towards the back end of last season, which pushed them into top 4. And yeah, convincing win at Carrow Road last week. So yeah, I think more of the same. I'm going to go 2-0 Liverpool. My dad's gone 3-0. I don't give Burnley much chance in this one. And yeah, home win for both of us. Let's move on. Okay, so the next game takes place at Villa Park, where it's Aston Villa facing a Newcastle United side who were arguably in the game of the weekend last week. And yeah, Villa obviously 3-2 losers at Watford. Everyone was predicting a Villa win there, but Watford showed what they're made of, and yeah, big 3 points for them. But yeah, with Villa, like I said it in my Premier League predictions, they will miss Jack Grealish a lot more than a lot of people have said, and it's proven to be right so far. But they're going to want to bounce back with 3 points at Villa Park, and I reckon they might do so against the Newcastle side, who, well, were leading twice against West Ham just to blow it in the second half. But yeah, home win for me. I'm going to go 2-1 to the Villa, and then my dad's gone 1-1, so he's gone with a score draw. So yeah, home win for me, but let's move on. Okay, so the next game takes place at Selhurst Park, where it's Crystal Palace, who came to the bridge and got slapped and did nothing all game, facing a Brentford side who absolutely demolished Arsenal and deserved all 3 points. And I'm tipping the away team to get all 3 points on this one. I believe Brentford, they did so well last week. They're going to bounce on that. And Palace, they were dreadful at the bridge last week. And yeah, I've tipped them to get relegated, and that performance showed why. I think I'm going to go with a 2-0 to Brentford on this one. My dad's gone with a 1-1 draw as well, so he's sitting on the fence. But yeah, I fancy Brentford, and I feel like they can. Would it be a surprise? I'm not too sure. But yeah, Brentford to win for me. Let's move on. The next game comes at Ellen Road, where it's Leeds who have their home fans in for the first time, facing an Everton side who were really good against Southampton, deserved all 3 points. Yeah, Leeds, like that's going to be an atmosphere in Ellen Road come Saturday, 3 o'clock. But I think they struggle in this one. Everton, really good, like I said last week. And I think it'll be a score draw. I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw. I think there's going to be lots of goals in this one. End-to-end football. But my dad's gone for an away win. He backed Everton. It's a tough one to call this one, but yeah, score draw for me. Let's move on. So pretty much banker of the weekend comes at the Etihad Stadium. It's Man City who lost to Spurs last week 1-0. Don't know how they lost. How did they manage that? But their record at Tottenham's not great, is it? But Norwich got battered against Liverpool, and I think they're going to get battered in this one. I feel bad for them. Their start is horrendous. But yeah, Man City are going to be too strong, obviously, and I'm going to have a 4-0 Man City on this one. My dad's gone 3-0, but everyone will have Man City in their accumulators this weekend. Pretty straightforward, in my opinion. 3 points to start the season for Man City. Let's move on. The next game comes at the Amex Stadium. It's Brighton Hove Albion, who were really good against Burnley and picked up all 3 points courtesy of 2 second-half goals, facing a Watford side who I said earlier in the video beat an Aston Villa side 3-2. So yeah, I think there's going to be goals in this one, but I just don't know how to call this one. I think both teams could win it, but ultimately both teams could lose it. It's one of those. But do I sit on the fence? No, I'm going to back Brighton. Home team. They're going to pick up another 3 points, 6 out of 6. But yeah, 2-1 to Brighton for me. 2-1 to Brighton for my dad. But this could go anyway. This is going to be a decent game. But then watch it be 0-0. Let's move on. So to kick Super Sunday off, we head to the South Coast, where it's Southampton facing Man United. And I think Southampton are going to really struggle this season. They weren't too bad against Everton. obviously taking the lead early on. Well, it was their first goal at the 3 o'clock, wasn't it? But yeah, they're not going to get anything against Man United. Man United were very decent against Leeds, obviously 5-1 winners. Bloody thrashed them in the end, didn't they? But I'm going to go 2-0 to Man United. And yeah, easy work for Man United, and they're going to continue their away record. My dad has gone 3-1 Man United, so he's going goals, goals, goals. And yeah, both back in Man United to pick up the 3 points. All right, so next up we take a trip to Molineux, where it's Wolverhampton Wanderers taking on Tottenham. And obviously Nuno, the new Tottenham manager, going back to Wolves for Wolves' first home game of the season. Wolves were unlucky to lose 1-0 to Leicester. They had a few clear-cut opportunities, but that's what we said with Wolves last season, didn't they? They just don't take their chances, and it was that pattern, well, a similar pattern last week against Leicester. But yeah, Tottenham, obviously, what a win against Man City. But it's only Tottenham to lose in the conference qualifier against a Pacos Ferreira side who are crap, made of plumbers. But yeah, obviously they didn't have their team that played against Man City. But I think this is a tough one to call. I don't know how to call this one, but I'm gonna Tottenham 1-1 draw. Tough one to call. My dad's gone with a away win. Tottenham to win. Will Harry Kane return? We'll have to see, won't we? But yeah, let's see what happens. But let's move on. So the big one, 4:30 Sunday. Make sure you tune in. It's Arsenal versus Chelsea, and this game's always good. It's always got goals in it. And our record at Arsenal is terrible. We just, I don't know, against Arsenal, we just don't seem to turn up. Obviously, in Baku, we did 4-1. But other than that, we just don't beat Arsenal. Like, we've had the odd occasion, like Tammy Abraham, them limbs in the away and were unbelievable. But other than that, I can't really recall many wins against Arsenal. We seem to lose in the FA Cup final against them every year. We got thrashed there last season 3-0. We somehow lost 1-0 in the last game, and I just can't believe it. But surely this is our turn to get revenge against them. And they probably are our bogey team. So hopefully we can pick up all 3 points with Lukaku, hopefully bullying Ben White all game. And yeah, give us 3 points. But I'm going to go 2-0. I'm going to back the boys. 2-0 Chelsea. My dad's gone 2-1. Let's hopefully get the job done. And let's start the season 6 out of 6 before we take another hard away trip to Liverpool next Saturday. But let's see what happens. I hope the Blues actually turn up. And yeah, let's put a performance in. Come on. All right. So the last game comes on the Monday night at the West Ham, the Olympic Stadium. West Ham are taking on Leicester. And this has goals, goals, goals written all over it. I can see it's been like a 3-2 either way. It was a 3-2 to West Ham last time these two sides played, and that was a massive game for the top 4 race. None of them obviously did get top 4, but anyway, this has goals written all over it. West Ham 4-2 winners last time out. Leicester obviously 1-0, but I think this is going to be goals. I'm going to go with a 3-2 to Leicester. I'm just going to back the away team just to have enough cutting edge and a last minute winner from Jamie Vardy. Just putting out there, but 3-2 Leicester. My dad's gone 2-1 to Leicester. So yeah, that wraps up the predictions. As always, thank you for watching Game Week 2 Premier League predictions. A lot of big games coming your way this weekend. A lot of exciting football. Hopefully more goals, because there was a record number of goals for the opening day, I believe, last week. So let's hope for more goals. Fans are back. We're loving football. Make sure tune in for my match reaction to the Arsenal game. That'll be out Sunday evening. And have a good weekend, have a beer, have a bet, all that good stuff. And I will see you Sunday for the match reaction to the big one at Arsenal away. Come on, you Blue Boys.